Good day, everyone. This is Sidney Fofe of SL Podcasts. I'm very excited again today to be sharing information with you, the information that is meant to change your life and make you better. This is the last week of the year, and we have specially handpicked a topic for a time such as this. The end of the year marks the end of an era or a season, and we need to wrap it up nicely and close it nicely and be ready again to embrace the new year or the new era that is about to appear. Life is beautiful, life is exciting, life is simple. We need to understand that about life. That's why today we have handpicked a simple topic, a fresh start. That's what we are talking about today. Looking at the simplicity of life. If only we can decode and demystify life, we will be able to understand the opportunities that life presents to us every day. The sunset, when the sun goes down in the evening, it marks the end of the day. We are wrapping up the activities and we are closing up businesses because it is now another time of night. The day is gone and it is spent. We need to understand that God created us as diurnal or active during the day for a purpose. We use the day to carry out our activities because the visibility is good. But at night we don't do much because the visibility is a little bit poor and we can't see much. The sunrise is a beautiful thing, which symbolizes the freshness of everything which comes with a new day. We need to understand between a day and another day, there is a night in between. So, which is a gap that we need to recharge and refill with so that we can be able to face the next day fresh and eager to do more for the next day. No time for playing games, no time to live life in retrospection. If only we can close the books for the previous day and welcome and enjoy the freshness of another day. Without carrying over the burden of yesterday into today's freshness, we'll be able to start life every day and we'll be able to refresh everything about ourselves every day. But unfortunately, we don't do that. We do carry overs. Every time we wake up in the morning, we think about our miseries. We think about the things that have hurt us yesterday and the other days, and we carry them over to a fresh and beautiful new day. We bring in the gloominess of yesterday into the fresh new day, and we spoil everything that we were supposed to enjoy for that particular day. Many people are wasteful of the opportunity of a daily, freshly prepared restart. We are supposed to have a restart every morning. And we are going to understand that as we continue with our topic. Many of us, we spoil the opportunity for a restart because we do a lot of carryovers. A good sleep refreshes us. Most people spend some time when they wake up reminding themselves of what happened yesterday on and on other days, which was negative, and the hurts that happened on previous days, we bring them over and we make them to look fresh for that day. Instead of us enjoying the freshness of the day, we end up spoiling it with bringing those gloomy things which happened in the past. We need to deal with the rumination. We need to deal with our rumination. Rumination is a term that is used with animals. Animals have a characteristics of ruminating. Whenever they graze, they just cut the grass and swallow it into their stomachs. And when they now relax, they bring the cud out and they start chewing again. And those are the things that we do with our thoughts, with our experiences. Every morning we ruminate. And rumination is not a good thing because it doesn't give us a fresh start that we need. We are supposed to let go of the things that didn't go well for us. We should stop this thing of ruminating. We should not bring things to the present which are not present. We need to live in the moment. We need to be present in the moment and live life in the moment. According to one of our learned friends, Khalil Gibran, good quality sleep helps to reset our minds and bodies and encourage improvements in the behavior, learning, memory, emotional regulation, mental health, and physical health. This is a good thing. Researchers are showing us that whenever we sleep, we reset. Everything about us is reset. And I wonder why we cannot reset everything so that we can face the next day with the freshness that it deserves. We need to give ourselves a chance by allowing the reset mind, the reset emotions to continue. This is how we are supposed to live our lives. And not getting enough sleep can lead to an increased risk for obesity, depression, hypertension, diabetes, accidents, and injuries. Those people who don't sleep well, they carry over a lot of things, and a lot of things which are negative can happen. And it is ironical when now you had a good sleep and then you ruminate a lot of things, making them current and fresh every morning. And they spoil the day that was supposed to be fresh. And they spoil the mind that was reset. They spoil the emotion which was reset. We need to understand this and we need to put life into perspective. Like I said when we started, life is simple. Life is exciting and life is beautiful. If only we can pay attention to these small things, we don't become wasteful of the things that are happening for us and in us. Katie Milkman has shown that certain anniversaries or the start of a new year, for example, have a symbolic and psychological effect that makes it easier to create new habits. It's called the fresh start effect. One of our learned friends again, Katie Milkman, has brought to light this important thing that whenever we have anniversaries, whenever we having a new year, it can be an opportunity for us to have a good restart. And it has a fresh start start effect. And this is what I've observed over the years. Whenever we approach a new year, we come up with the resolutions, which are very good. But the problem with a lot of us has always been sustenance of what we desire and what we want. We can't sustain what we want and what we desire, which is a downfall for men. We can't maintain the things that we start, which means all those efforts can't work for us because we give up along the way, which is not supposed to be the case. If all it takes for us to reset is a good night's sleep, then life is simple. We need to understand that life has been made simple, and unfortunately we have complicated a lot of things. We don't want to follow the right principles. We don't want to follow the right precepts of life. Most of the reason why we ruminate a lot is because of petty hate. We don't forgive much. We don't love much. That's why we bring in grudges. We remember people who hurt us. We remember things that didn't go well for us. And those are the things that spoil what could have been a fresh start for us, a fresh day, a fresh week, a fresh month, a fresh year, and fresh years to come. We need to leave the past in the past. It is important for us to bury the hatchet. Let's leave the past in the past. We can learn from the past, and we shouldn't allow the past to handicap us and to shackle us. We need to allow ourselves to let go of the past because we can't benefit anything from the past. It is the past. We can learn from it and move on. And we can't move on if we keep on ruminating and bringing it to the surface every morning or bringing it to the surface every year. A new year presents us with an opportunity of a fresh start. It is very important. We have lived other years. We have lived this year. We may not have achieved what we wanted to achieve, but it is still fine because we have another opportunity of another year. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to ruminate and throw a pity party of how things are not working for you? While people are making adjustments and people are changing and people are trying new things, you should be part of the people who are saying the next year, 2023, is giving me an opportunity for a fresh start. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my life becomes better and everything about me improves. We can get better if we are to enjoy the freshness of the day and the days to come. Glory days are ahead of us. That's what we need to understand. It starts with appreciating the freshness of each day and freshness of each week, freshness of each month, and freshness of each year. Let's leave our failures and the things that hurt us in the past so that we can be able to embrace the future, which has a potential to be glorious for us. Glory days are ahead of us, and we need to appreciate that about life. In conclusion, your personality isn't permanent. There are things that we may not like about ourselves, our temperaments, our insane expenditures, our weakness in a lot of things, our inclinations to substance abuse and all these things. Those are the personalities. Those are the things that we do. And what we need to understand, none of those things is permanent. Those are the things that we learned. Those are the traits that we learned as we were growing up. And those are not permanent. And in his book, Personality Isn't Permanent, Dr. Benjamin Hardy argued that you can improve yourself anytime and anywhere. And I totally agree with Dr. Hardy. No personality is permanent. Anything that we are struggling with, we can still undo it and live the way we want. Our personalities can change. And if at all we want to be successful, if at all we want to do better in life, we really need to work on our personalities. Because it is very easy to start business, it is very easy to start anything. But character and personality are the things that are going to sustain what you started. And it is very important for us to look closely to our personalities, our characters, our behaviors, so that we can not be a hindrance for our progress. These things can affect us even when we are employees somewhere. With a bad attitude, with a bad character, so you always get into the nerves of other people. And chances of you being fired becomes higher. The next thing, we need to start living. It is very important for us to understand we are not here to be observing other people live their lives and applauding when they pass. We are not just part of a statistics. We need to start living. We need to appreciate life. We need to start doing something. We need to allow ourselves to start living. As you discover how to start over, the key is to realize you need to start living a fulfilling life. You are not the same person as you once were. This is your time to develop new habits, especially good habits. Live happily and get out of your comfort zone. You needed a clean break from your past. This is what is for you. We need to live a fulfilling life. We need to start doing away with the old habits which are hurting us. We need to embrace the good habits that are going to work for us. We need to give ourselves a fresh start to life. We can't hang on to the things that are hurting us and expect life to change. Start living. Be in the present. Be in the moment. Do away with the things that are hindering us from meeting the right people, destiny helpers, people who can take us into another level in life. Make one small habit change. That's the third thing that we do. Believe it or not, but one small habit change can completely change your life. It is very important for us to understand. You don't need to change much at times. Don't do an overhaul. Just change one bit at a time. And give yourself a chance. Because if you are going to try to change drastic changes, you are going to realize it might be too heavy and you fall back into what you are trying to do away with. Just do tiny little bit of changes until we get to where we want to. We are going to get there if we are going to start having a plan of how we are going to get to the behaviors, the attitude, the everything that we want. And we have to do it one bit at a time. Small changes are going to make significant changes in the future. Give yourself permission to change. It is very important for us as we decide to start over in a lot of things. We need to give ourselves permission. Talk to yourself. I'm permitting myself to make adjustments. And the things that I used to enjoy, or the things that have been part of my patterns, I give myself permission to work on those things so that at the end of the day, I can get better and I can be the man that I want to be. And the other critical thing, point number 5, live a simple life. A lot of us have put ourselves in a lot of pressure. A lot of people want to appear as if they are rocking it and as if they are making it in life, while we know it is not true. People are curating everything. We give people an impression that we are doing okay, while in the actual fact we are struggling badly. And that is not a good way to live life. If you are showing everybody that you are okay, what if some of the people that you are pretending to are supposed to be your destiny helpers, people who are supposed to give you a lift to the next level? And if you portray yourself as if you are rocking it, don't need anybody, you are actually blocking your blessings which are supposed to come your way. We don't need to create anything. We don't need to filter anything. We don't need to appear to people as if we are rocking things and all those things. We just need to be ourselves, and we just need to do the best we can. Change your environment. It is very important. Our habits are often tied to our environment. So if you are looking to finally figure out how to start over, you might as well change your environment. There are some things that we do because we are in certain places with certain people. We just need to understand that for us to change, we need to make decisions. Some environments are not good for us. We just need to change some places that we go to, and even change the people we interact with. Next year, people who are taking us down, we need to take them out. We just can't keep on being in the same place because of the people who come into our lives to help us ruminate. We don't need ruminators around us. We need people who are going to help us to improve. We need to accept what you can't change. It is very important for us to understand that there are things we cannot change. One of the things that we cannot change is our past. The mistakes we did in the past and the things that happened to us in the past. All those things we can't change. We can learn from them, and we can forgive ourselves for ever doing what we did in the past. And we shouldn't even entertain people who want to bring the past into our present, because we can't do anything with our past. We can learn from it as long as our past is not continuing. If we have stopped the things that we used to do and we are making amends, the past should remain in the past, and we need to accept that we were stupid in the past, but now we are better and we are making the right calls. The other important thing is to jump over any obstacle. There are things that we need to understand. There are obstacles which are always going to appear or which are there in our life journey. We can't remove them. We can't take them out. The best thing which we can do is to jump over them. It is impossible to take them out. We just jump over them and leave them there. Instead of us spending time trying to fight and remove something that we can't change or we can't take out. And the last thing is to find a supporting body. We need to have somebody in our lives who we trust. It can be our mentor, it can be a friend, it can be a parent, it can be anybody who can hold us accountable to the things that we want to amend or the things that we want to change in our lives. People who can call us to order to say, this is what you wanted to do. Are you sure you are in the right place? Or are you sure you are in the right track of what you want to do? It is very important for us because we need somebody who will tell us and encourage us not to quit when the going gets tough. That's why we need buddies around us. We need support system. We need somebody you can trust with your life. And we are ending with a quote from Vanessa Miles. She said, a fresh start isn't a new place, it's a new mindset. A fresh start isn't a new place, it's a new mindset. When we are talking about a fresh start, we can move places, but if our mindsets are still the same, we are still going to carry the old mindset, the old paradigms into the new places that we'll be going into. It is very important for us to understand a fresh start isn't a place, it isn't a new place, it's a new mindset. That's why we need to let go of the things that have been hurting us, of the things that have not worked well for us, so that we can embrace the future, so that we can enjoy the freshness of the next year. 2023 can be our year. It can be something that we can do and rock. Our lives can change if we are able to embrace the freshness of 2023. Thank you.